Okay, so Destiny finally returned back home and she was practically screaming with excitement. She told me that when her husband's PA mentioned my name, she was completely shocked because she had a dream about me just the night before. She said that in her dream she saw me tied down, and she also saw Robert and Brother Stefan. So she said Brother Stefan was untying me while Robert was looking elsewhere or not just unbothered. So I could not help but share everything with her, like everything that happened, all my experiences. I told her about how I lost Brother Stefan and how Robert and I were not legally married. I also told her what happened with Jane and Hope, and she was really worried about me. She was really concerned. So she asked to come over to my house. So I gave her my address and she came with her driver. So when I saw her, she looked more beautiful in person than she did in the videos. I could see that her total reliance on God had paid off. So when she saw me, she looked at me with so much concern. She just kept saying, "It is well." After a while, she asked if she could see the baby. So I took her to where Hope was. As soon as she laid eyes on her, she busted into tears. After composing herself, Destiny shared some wise words with me. She said, crises will always come, but having the right people around you will determine if you can overcome them. She also shared that she and Brother Ken were still praying for a child and she had faith that it will happen. So after everything, Destiny prayed for me and encouraged me to attend a church nearby. So I said that I would find time to fellowship in their church with the hidden motive of seeing Brother Ken again. But Destiny was like, God is everywhere. Why would you want to, travel 3 hours to church every Sunday? I knew what was happening. Destiny was a very sharp girl. She was really trying to protect her brother Kennedy from seeing me. So, okay, I agreed to go back to church. So instead of going to a physical church, I joined Papa's church. And it was perfect for me because I could worship from my own home. Plus, it meant that I could still support Papa's ministry financially. So I reached out to Papa and I told him that I was married and that God had blessed us financially. So Papa was so happy to hear from me. He even joked about me joining his team. I could not resist accepting the offer. So I told him I would discuss with my husband and I would love to support his ministry. I even teased him that maybe God wanted me to support his ministry financially instead of being his wife. So after everything, the whole acceptance, and I started chatting him up regularly, especially at night, as he told me that he did not share the same room with her. I told him that my husband and I did not share the same room as well. It was nothing emotional, just chit-chats about our past school life. My whole plan got disrupted when Papa suddenly sent a message to me saying that he could not reply to my messages anymore, explaining that his wife was not comfortable with our friendship, that she had already reported this to his spiritual father. I was so angry getting that message from him. This Amar was getting on my nerves. A common Sickler who stole Papa from me, already blocking my way without even meeting me.